It was not that long ago that people were debating whether or not Dak Prescott deserved to be paid like a superstar quarterback. We had that conversation and that discussion right here on the program. Now, 2 games in, he's got a passer rating of 142.9. He's got a completion percentage of 82.3%. He's got a 2-0 record. He has a Sports Illustrated cover. And that article in SI is all about one thing: money, cash. It's all about how much money the Dallas Cowboys are making and how they negotiate with their players. And there's a really interesting subtext to the article. Subtext being a Dallas Cowboy means having perks, bennies, financial perks, meetings with movers and shakers, access to money and people who can make you even more money. As one agent told SI, quote, "The players know if you can put a team like this together and win Super Bowls, they'll have probably 6-figure autograph deals for the rest of their lives. The Cowboys don't slam it down anyone's throat, but they let people know if you stay here and good things happen, you're all going to be able to make money when you're done playing," end quote. All right, so that's really interesting in and of itself, because the subtext for Dak Prescott is even more clear. You might want to think about knocking a bit off your price, because being a Cowboy means you're going to make more money elsewhere. So do the right thing. Fact of the matter is, it's not even a subtext. It's not even a subtext because Stephen Jones comes right out and he says it. Quote, "We're trying to talk all of these guys into, hey, let's not take every last penny here. That's why the deals can't get done right away. We're trying to convince the Daks and Amaris and Zekes that, hey, we need to spread the money around. This is a distribution dilemma here," end quote. Man, that's some kind of phrase, isn't it? A distribution dilemma. Yeah, a distribution dilemma. Just so we're really clear, this is the same Stephen Jones who's also quoted in that same article as saying, quote, "Whether it's misplaced or not, I know this. We haven't won a Super Bowl in 23 years, which just kills me, and it kills Jerry just as much. But you know, we're still the most valuable brand, most valuable team in sports. $5.5 billion. Number one, above all the soccer teams, the Yankees, and being involved with that is valuable since a lot of these guys talk about themselves in terms of their brand," end quote. Man, that's rich. It's one thing to think that. It's another to say that. And it's another to put it in our face. So just to recap, the Cowboys are worth more than $5.5 billion, more than any other sports franchise, but they have a distribution dilemma. A distribution dilemma. Yeah, there's a dilemma, all right. The dilemma is, why are you asking guys to take less than market value while at the same time you're bragging about how much money you're worth? That's why the salary cap's a joke, because a team that claims to be worth $5.5 billion is claiming they don't have the money to pay market value for their players. They're worth $5.5 billion, more than any other franchise, and they can't wait to tell you. But they're telling their players, hey now, don't get greedy. Let's not take every last penny here. You see, if there really is a, quote, distribution dilemma when it comes to paying the Daks and Amaris and the Zekes, that's not a Dak problem. That's a Jones problem, because they knew they were going to have to pay Amari when they made that deal for Amari. You see, Dak Prescott is not the lucky guy in this situation. The Cowboys are the ones who are lucky. He fell to them in the 4th round. That's how lucky they are. Jerry Jones, the QB guru that he is, wanted to take Johnny Manziel 2 years earlier. How would that have worked out? So, if you're worth $5.5 billion, why should Dak take a penny off his asking price? Yeah, and I know. The Jones family and you Cowboy honks would say Dak should take less money because that means he can stay as a Cowboy. And being the Cowboy quarterback means endorsements and fame. That being the quarterback of the Cowboys is a privilege. To which I say, psst, please. Psst,
please.
Listen to me carefully. Do you really think that Jerry or Stephen Jones tell potential sponsors or advertisers, hey, listen, we're going to give you a reduced rate because we're worth $5.5 billion and making plenty of money in other spots. We'll make that money up elsewhere so you can have a reduced rate. Hell no. They know the Cowboys are a premium brand, and anybody who wants to be associated with that premium brand is going to pay premium money. So the same thing should go for Dak. Being the Dallas Cowboys quarterback has value, but being the Dallas Cowboys Pro Bowl quarterback who has led them to the playoffs more times than they had been the previous 6 years has even more value. Value to the team, value to the Jones. Nobody was talking about the value of being a Cowboys quarterback when those Cowboys quarterbacks were Chad Hutchinson and Quincy Carter. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot of buzz to being a Cowboys quarterback when John Kitna was roaming the sideline or 41-year-old Vinny Testaverde was slinging it. The so-called perks of being a Cowboy, yeah, that rap might work for a backup who's trying to pick between two teams and knows that playing in Dallas might mean a little extra on the side. But for a franchise quarterback, and Jarrah would say that Dak is that. But for a franchise quarterback, man, get out of here with that nonsense. I've said this time and time again. I'm going to say it again right now. Quarterback contracts are not about stats. They're about timing. If you're a franchise quarterback and your contract is up, you're going to get paid. And you're probably going to get the biggest contract around. And by the way, have you seen what's happening to quarterbacks so far this season? Any play could be your last play. Not only should Dak Prescott not give them a discount after the last two games, his price ought to be going up. Because you sure as hell know that if he stunk up that joint in those two games, everybody would be saying his price should go down. If the Cowboys want to claim that being a Cowboy is a privilege, they better recognize that having a good quarterback is a privilege, and they better pay for it. Dak Prescott right now is not lucky he's the Cowboys quarterback. The Cowboys are lucky that Prescott is their quarterback. So no, he should not take less pennies to make that thing work for everybody else. Especially when at the same time you're telling all of us, yeah, you know, we are richer than everybody else.